Drug use and foul language. Wait, what are we watching? Amazon, what are you watching?
Cool.
Yay, science stuff.
Yeah, I love all the science. Riker to Captain Picard, I have a bad joke, sir. Two nuts walk into a bar. One was assaulted. That'll be all.
What? Who turned off the lights in here?
Oh, so you've finally come to kill me, hey?
What? No one calls me mister. Well, he don't look like the kind of guy you get into arguments with. So he just acquiesced.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah. He does seem like the old man who's willing to argue his way into a refund for a mostly eaten apple. He just has that look about him. He's like, before you even start talking, he's like, I'm better than you.
Well, it's interesting. He's an old professor of Picard's, you assume, from Starfleet Academy. He does remind me of a professor I had in college. Philosophy professor.
He does
grumpy, crotchety,
looks
incredibly
like
smart, but just hard to relate to.
It's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I understand, like, because it's the real thing, that's why you have such a need for it. It's a cool trophy to have, but you have replicators. Like, if you wanted one, why didn't you just make one?
Well, but this is, like you said, this is real.
Yeah.
And also, he's trying to get Picard to go with him, so what better bait than the priceless
that's true.
artifact?
I did. Aren't these supposed to be filled with a deadly virus?
It's a creamy chocolate Santa.
It's got like Cadbury egg filling in it. It just opens it up.
But this is a good, show not tell. Like, he has this reaction, like he knows what's coming, but he doesn't like say, "Oh, is it filled with the 10 different statues?" and blah blah blah. Like, he does it first, and it's And of course, Will Riker is there. Will the idiot has to have something explained to him, so it can be explained to us, the audience.
Yeah. Will is not at all interested. He wants to go back to the bridge.
Like, are we going to fire phasers at something?
Sir, we haven't shot at anything in a day. I am getting yancy. What? This is worth like $4 trillion.
50,000 space bucks. Careful. Oh, God. Jeez. Those things do break. We know.
Yeah, it is very old. My fake heart goes out to you. This seems like a contest between grumble-voiced gentlemen, and who knows how low they will go. Star Trek! Yay. All right, so what are we watching this time, Steven?
William, this is an episode you suggested from the 6th season called The Chase.
Yes.
And no, it is not Charlie Sheen and Christy Swanson in a BMW heading for Mexico.
Yes, and it is not a documentary about Richard Chase.
No.
So we're dodging two bullets there. No,
It's
this I chose because I got to be honest, I only remember a little bit of it, but I wanted to kind of watch something that talks about racial accusations and just everyone blaming each other and
yeah.
craziness and as well as I wanted to watch something that has blatant retconning.
Well, yeah, this is some fourth wall break and some winking at the audience here
Yeah,
as to why every sentient race in the universe walks on 2 feet and has a mouth and a nose and two eyes in the same spot
yeah,
everywhere.
yeah. It's
It's
basically kind of explaining the choice of bipedal humanoid species
yeah,
instead of for makeup budget. It's because everyone's genetically related
yeah.
way in the waybacks, which I think is a cool idea, but I don't know, I don't feel like that's a cool idea for Star Trek. Like that's like a different movie or a different series.
Well, and it's also I put this one in the same category as there's two Voyager episodes which really stink. One is the episode where they meet the race of dinosaur humanoids that he also evolved on Earth and built rocket ships that there's no evidence of,
Yeah.
and explored the galaxy and ended up in the Delta Quadrant. And then the other one is the one where Janeway and Paris go too fast
Yeah, and
and
they
turn
turn
into
into
salamanders,
salamanders
and it's like,
and they have salamander
I'm not sure
babies.
that's how evolution works.
Well, in in that Voyager episode, wasn't it unvolution that they were going through because of the warp 9.9 or warp 10 or
I
whatever?
no, I thought it would. They said it was super accelerated evolution or
Oh,
something. I don't
okay. Within an
know.
enigma of plastic wrap.
This guy here, Norman Lloyd, he's probably known to our parents as a guy who was on St. Elsewhere way back in the day. The hospital drama launched the careers of such actors as Denzel Washington and Howie
Ah.
Mandel and David Morse. Um, but he's also, just real quick, he's in one of my favorite movies near and dear to my heart, a 70s farce comedy called FM, which is about the crazy hippies who run a radio station that's number one in LA until it tries to get taken over by the evil salespeople because they want to make money.
Ah.
And he's the owner of the station that shows up at the end. It's like, your crazy antics have melted my cold capitalist heart. I just keep running your radio station the way you want to.
You crazy kids,
You,
go have your beach parties.
yeah, smoke your dopes.
Your grasses and your electric lettuce
Yeah.
eye.
So basically, this guy is Picard's old professor, and he's working on something that's like so big. It's like he's not sure he's going to live long enough to see the results. So he needs somebody who's basically as old as he is to come with him.
Yeah. I I don't want to be mean to Picard's old professor here, but he's got major crazy face.
He's got the googly eyes. Like,
Yeah, he's got the okay.
hey, space lasers! Ah,
You can't tell
I'm a
how
sovereign citizen. Ah.
you you can't tell how much of what he's telling you is schizophrenia or actual research that he did.
He's like the guest on Coast to Coast AM who's like, so I have a picture of this guy who said was in a room with another man who said he saw aliens, and the man said he has the reports of the aliens. Look at my googly eyes. Do you believe me?
But I have all this captaining to do.
I'm literally like the best job. I have the best job in the galaxy, Professor. I'm the captain of a star. It's everything I ever wanted. Remember all those times in archaeology class where I was just talking about how much I wanted to be the captain of a starship? You know?
I got stabbed by that angry Nausicaan, and you came to see me in the hospital, and I mentioned how much I wanted to be a captain.
Yeah.
And
Like I hope this doesn't derail my career as a captain someday. I guess I could always fall back on archaeology if it does.
which is 2 days, which we already established.
What do you mean the Enterprise is yours? Like, you don't get to sit in the captain's chair and tell us where to go for the
Yeah.
next 2 days. You get to use the computer.
Warp 9,
And
fire at something.
You can use the computer, the holodeck, and hang out in the arboretum as much as you want.
Also, why was his old professor
Beverly.
dressed like a hobbit? At least 6 hours.
Oh, I see you have a new tea set. Oh, wait, that's a Curlin Nescar. Don't pour the tea on one of those Nescar figures.
Leaving the
No,
Enterprise.
I'm going to be on this ship until I beam down to some weird random planet and Counselor Troy crashes it. That's what'll get me to leave the
Yeah,
Enterprise.
only Malcolm McDowell can get me off this ship.
I believe his name is Malcolm McDonald. I don't know how correct you are in that.
No, it's Malcolm McDowell.
I don't know. I think it's Malcolm McDonald.
All right, I'm gonna look it up. Here we go. There you go. I even let my phone click on the mic.
Beep
Going to
boop bop.
IMDb.
Making Ziggy sounds.
Yeah. Beep boop bop boop beep beep beep. And I would still get stabbed by that angry Nausicaan.
Yeah, I can't. I forgot. I think this one is after Tapestry, which is weird. How he's also talking about retconning his life, like the what ifs and
Oh,
know.
this is how you show that you're a true fan of somebody. Malcolm McDowell.
Okay.
Yeah. If there's any actor's name I can actually remember, it's Malcolm McDowell.
Never forget now.
Well, he's in that new Simon Pegg series, Truth
Oh.
Seekers. He's the dad. He's actually very funny.
The hell is this?
I'm just trying to turn on the news. How do you work this thing?
Where's the Hallmark Channel?
Trying to watch Blue Bloods. And then when you put all these boxes together, they blink and all of them fall, and you get 100 points. That was like a Rotor walk across that room, man. It took us forever to get there.
So dramatic for his announcement. No, I just slid my ticket across the bar and said, "Sorry, guys, I have to see about a ship." This is why captains refer to their ships as in the female pronouns. It's because, just can't give that up sometimes.
And who cleans these big blue lights? A Scala.
Oh my gosh. Now you're trying to hurt his feelings.
Well,
Goodness, take no for an answer, pal.
He's old. His prostate probably hurts all the time. He's a little nippy, all right? Just stop yelling at me.
Wait a minute. I just got done telling Beverly that you were like the father who understood me, but now you're actually more like my real dad right now, and it's making me uncomfortable, so please get the F off my ship. The poor guy walked by right out, like, oh, did I interrupt something? I'm sorry.
I would love if one of these shots when Picard's doing his voiceover as the ship's flying away, you just re-edit the audio so like it's getting quieter as it's going away. I'll get Riker for you.
I can tell. I don't need to be an empath to tell that when you've been staring at the plaque for 3 hours, that something's on your mind.
Oh, can someone adjust the tracking on Professor Galen here? Oh, Ensign Redhead.
She's not SAG. She can't even say "I, sir." She's just an extra.
All of a sudden, a big shiny onesied shoulder padded lady comes running in. Get him out of there!
Oh,
I didn't do it. I didn't touch anything.
but it did, and you pushed the button.
If I was Warp, I'd be like, nope, 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 nope. Just start walking away.
It's like, it's not my fault the shields were down. I don't know. Oh. Well, thanks for letting me down easy, Beverly.
Quaid, start the reactor. Oh man, that cheap weed is hitting him pretty hard. See his eyes?
Well, it's the K2. He got the spice instead.
Oh, that's true.
He lives in a state where it's not legal yet, so, you know.
And episode over. Oh no, you're okay.
We got at least 20 more minutes. Come on.
It looks like they took all his Super Nintendo ROMs. As you can see, he accessed some pretty kind of risky sites here. We're gonna have to like delete his browser history. The password is password 123.
File is just called Galen Research Data. Well, they sent their crappiest ship because we still haven't discussed how like one little phaser blast just blew up that ship. I think that's got to be noted in the log. Like the Enterprise responsible for 12 people's lives there, perhaps.
Yep. Also, because we're later in the series, I forgot how dark Worf gets. Like they really paint in that accenting shadows in his ridges. Man, he is.
Yeah.
He looks like one of those Surface of Mars pictures.
Oh, I'm going to date us here and say we have a helicopter on Mars now. Isn't that cool? That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
A helicopter on Mars.
Some of my company's stuff is on Mars.
That is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I bet some of the scientists listen to the same music that I play on the radio at certain points during their development of those machines.
I can pretty much guarantee it, actually.
They listen to Madonna, the best hits of the 80s.
Or, if anything, they heard your CBD oil commercial. So
No. A lot of people did, though.
I heard it. Heather and I were in the car. Like, is that Steven's voice? So we can turn it up.
Making money off that CBD.
Federation vassals?
Mm.
Oh, it's an L-class planet. That's like the bad part of town.
Captain Injury 8 is definitely the wrong side of the tracks.
In fact, they built space train tracks near it to represent the fact that it's the wrong side of the tracks. Why is Riker so nippy today? Did he not sleep right? You don't have to yell, sir. I'm right here.
Yeah.
You know, he yelled at that ensign just now because he asked her out and she said no, and he's like really upset.
Putting you on gamma shift.
My prune juice went warm. Didn't Data say that Geordi said a supercomputer would have trouble figuring it out?
Yep.
You think very highly of yourself, Captain Picard.
Oh, two Picard maneuvers there.
If you would have went with him, you would have exploded too.
Actually, it's not so much if you had gone with him as if you hadn't made him leave early. He would have been on the ship for a couple more days, you know?
Yeah. Could have even been like, let me think about it one more day.
Yeah. Could have met his Vulcan transport with the Enterprise nearby.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's not your fault.
Even though it's your fault, but it's not your fault.
Well, sir, it's actually a conference to negotiate the end of their 25-year civil war,
It's a pretty
and
big
the
deal.
ceasefire is pretty tenuous at this point. They really are
Yeah.
waiting for Jean-Luc Picard to come negotiate the ceasefire
Yeah.
and end the civil war. But, you know, archaeology.
They have space nukes, which are worse than regular
Yeah.
nukes because they're in space.
It's literally like if we don't get there by a certain time, one side is just going to nuke the other right
Yeah.
now. You know, like no questions asked.
How often do you think Picard goes into his ready room just to cry?
I'm sorry?
How often do you think Picard goes into his ready room just to cry? Like he's just
Oh.
had a bad day and he just needs a good cry. Oh no.
Trilithium?
And we don't know what any of that means. This planet's being broken. Fun mostly.
Oh, man. How many takes did it take Jonathan Frakes to get that line? Out?
Clearly, Riker has never shot Tannerite, because, I mean, that will answer your question right there. Why do you do something stupid? For fun, of course. Everything DNA everywhere. Is Lilu Dallas in that box? Well, you know, there's like half Klingon, half humans, which that just shouldn't make sense. There's like half Romulan, half Ferengi probably out there.
This seems like something like DNA would be understood, that they would have found these patterns already,
Yeah.
maybe?
Yeah, someone would have done the research. Like there you'd think there would even be just like some sort of space religious zealot who
Hmm.
we're all related, we're all the same. Atlanteans. Prometheus. Sorry. For fun.
It's the Galactic Vanity Project.
It was done by Ego.
Well, we're not going to start segregating here.
Yeah,
are we? What's
yeah.
going on?
Whoa.
Let's
Getting
not
into
single
dark
people
stuff
out
there,
here.
Picard. Forcefully? Like, what if they say no?
Yeah, you just line up and like stick out your arm here.
Yeah.
Get your DNA sample passport.
We might be in the future, but still to get DNA samples, it's a really big needle and it's got to go in through the spinal column. It's heavy, man.
the recipe for the perfect egg salad sandwich.
So this is such a big thought. I think Picard's gonna have to handle it with some edibles and some Zeppelin.
Some Pink Floyd.
Yeah, he's gonna listen to some Dark Side of the Moon and lay all the way back in his ready room with the lights off.
His personal relaxation light. Well, I just had a cup of tea, so I'm not going to bed anytime soon.
At that point, it's just,
It's realization.
man, Gates McFadden all hungover at Comic-Con was great. That's still one of my favorite events because she seemed like she was having fun because she didn't feel good and she was late and she's like, I'm just gonna be hilarious.
Pre-gaming it, huh?
Yeah. Well, cause she was like 4 hours late. They even like her little like I don't know if it's her specific agent or like her agent's like assistant, but someone came out and is like, her flight's been delayed. We're working on getting her here. Because I was in the line for her autograph and we actually went and did other stuff for like almost 5 hours before she got there.
Wow. That's exactly what Tim Allen does in Galaxy Quest, right? He just shows up hours late and is like,
exactly.
Hey!
Ferengi time!
No.
Oh, wait, no. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
If I stuck a spoon to your head, would it stay?
Aha!
Oh, she's pretty.
Yeah, they always did this thing where like female Cardassians had makeup on their spoon hole thingies and a couple of their ridges.
Very red lipstick. Always very, very red. Considering the men are like just gray. Just their whole face is gray.
She also has some eyeshadow on. I can't remember that actor's name, but she was on the remember the British Avengers?
Yeah.
John Steed and Emma Peel.
Yeah.
She replaced Diana Rigg as whatever the next Emma Peel was named.
Oh, okay.
Now she's a Cardassian. No, she's ugly ass Cardassian.
I don't know. There's actually been a few Cardassian ladies especially on Deep Space Nine. And I'm like, all right. Don't mind that one.
I'm sure that's a reflection of the beauty of the actors beneath the makeup more than I don't know.
She cannot put her arms down, can she?
Well, she can't put them up. Like she's like Randy, the little brother, and there's butthead Klingon here.
He looks like he got like ship chain stuck under his scalp. Also, swear to God, if you guys don't stop fighting, I'm gonna make you hug it out.
Mm-hmm.
Do you? Yeah, he is given 100% to the Klingon character right now. He is in it.
Now, I'm pretty sure that's got to be like a crime, right?
Yeah,
like you can't just do that
because it's in the neutral zone. You
even
can't
if
just
it's
break
outside
stuff in the neutral zone.
Yeah, also like you're preventing any sort of life from evolving on that planet ever.
Yeah,
maybe you should be charged with something.
Wanted to keep it in next gen. I remember they abandoned that whole dead planet because they realized that crystalline kind of structures were alive.
Oh yeah,
they were pre life or whatever they called them. A weapon. I like him.
Aha, recipe for biscuits.
For
gotta
anyone who
try.
hasn't seen this episode, by the way, it does just turn out it is a recipe for biscuits. So, like, this guy gets egg all over his face.
Yeah, those
Marriage.
Klingon biscuits are pretty tasty, though. You should
Right?
really
The
try
Klingon
them.
blood biscuits.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of blood wine, some blood cheese. It's good stuff.
Yes, and as Americans, we do mean biscuits, not cookies.
Yes.
You British people.
You know, if that Klingon and that Cardassian stuck their heads together, they might suction cup and get stuck.
Well,
You'd hear.
he's got that Klingon the squanch sound effect, the vinyl
Yeah.
leathery biker guy that they are.
Yeah.
Basically, they are just space bikers, most of them. Space hogs. You are dumb.
New Dak? What kind of name is that? It's like the
Right.
worst Klingon name. What's a jigsaw puzzle?
Is that some kind of human thing? Oh, it's a human toy. Blah blah blah.
He completely lost. Like,
Yeah, they're like, what?
Music started
Pattern?
playing in his head. Started to think about that blood wine he's got at home. See, he's gone.
Well, she's like, I just want a weapon out of this. Where's the weapon?
She's like, was gonna say thank you, but man, he just steamrolled over me.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here's a fun scene.
Anyone
Klingons and
seen my
bars.
spiky boots? Ugh. Well, he went in soft on the E. Normally they go Klingon Empire.
Are we
He's-
pot ghouling now? Is that?
You're totally right, though, man. Every Klingon sounds like two leather couches being dragged across
Right?
each other.
Like, what were you expecting? And he just goes back to his tablet, like no stratagema for me today. Ah.
Yeah. Enigmatic polyalloy. Any carbon fiber in there?
Picard maneuver. No, you lost, dude. You don't. This is like Cartman, where it's like, you guys still think I'm cool, right? Yeah. Squanch, 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 squanch.
Can I pick the pretzels off of your forehead?
Wait, just hold still. I'm just gonna crack open a beer right there.
What I love about this too is I like kind of how you and me jump around to record these. We don't kind of just stick with the series as it goes, because I get to see the drop and then refresh in the effect quality and costumes and everything like that. So like you see these Klingons that have like we need a Klingon real quick, so here's one of the head ridges we just kind of already had. It's kind of round and dull, but then you have that guy, like someone spent some time.
Yeah. Because you're going to see that up close. Oh, did Sonia Gomez spill hot chocolate on something again? Dang it.
Someone left a cake out in the rain?
Oh, it took so long to bake it. It zigzags.
You know what? It's Hell's Angels territory. We can't go there. What? Why are you mad at Picard? What did he do? Oh, and the vending machine is out of Coke.
No, I suspect Geordi saw through whatever was happening. Ooh, nice effect there, making the ship tilt a little
Yeah.
bit. I like that.
There's a lot of stuff in Star Trek that gets missed like that. Little details that are kind
Yeah.
of nice.
Also, that effect alone probably took 2 days of filming and cost $50,000. But good job.
The guy's name is Butter. Picard's just smirking like Klingons.
Klingons.
Whoa. Dr. Crusher just copying the captain there with the leg flip. Yeah. Yes. Ancient. Yes. We haven't been looking out the window, but we'll check. Also, no O'Brien today. He had the day off.
Yep. Well, he's on DS9. This is end of season 6.
Oh, that's right.
So
That's
he's already
right.
gone.
Yeah. Whoosh. Hey, it's our favorite cave. Yeah, it's back. The stair step cave. A cave that has definitely not been used in like 8 episodes of Next Gen.
The cave with the poisoned water. It's
The cave where Captain Picard got some Risa. Just gonna call it that to stay a little PG. Oh hi.
That wasn't very nice of you. So that word topa, that's something he would call a Cardassian and his own crew member. Interesting. Well, those darn Romulans have a way of showing up whenever you least expect them.
I love they never updated the way they look either. They are always just these boxy carpet wearing weirdos.
They've got the high sleeves and
Yeah.
high cuffs on the pants. So I'd like to point out this guy playing the Romulan captain. That's Maurice Reeves. He's in Last of the Mohicans, the Michael Mann's adaptation with like Daniel Day-Lewis and Madeline Stowe.
Really?
He's Colonel Monroe, the Scottish colonel. He's really good in that. And you could say he's got the same chin and jawline, basically. Really cool. Anyway, we got one more guest star to talk about, though. She's coming up. You'll see. You'll know exactly who she is, though. While these assholes are squabbling, we're just going to do some science over here.
Yeah. The Romulans did have the coolest phaser, though. I like
Yeah.
theirs. I put some in my lip gloss container.
This also, it's like a metaphor, like what Carl Sagan was talking about during the Cold War. It's like all our scientists are figuring out ways to kill each other when we should be figuring out like ways to help each other. Oh,
Where
you're
we have
my
gone.
only hope. So if that voice sounds familiar, that's the actress is Salome Jens.
Who also plays the shapeshifter, right? In
Yeah.
DS9? All right. I
It's
do
unfortunate.
recognize her.
She never got a name. They always just called her the female changeling. So I
Yeah.
thought they should just given her a name. Betty something. I don't know. So she's explaining that everyone in the galaxy is humanoid except for the Tholians. So
Yeah.
basically, like if they hadn't done this huge vanity project, there would just be Tholians in the galaxy, like
Yeah.
and Organians and the Daoud, that guy.
What does the Federation do when they find an intelligent species who are like just big old slugs who just leave gross trails of body saliva everywhere they go?
We
Like,
try to talk to it.
yeah, it's like
Yeah. Okay, well we know you exist now, so
we're gonna go.
bye.
You guys smell weird. Also, I wondered if this actress was okay with the fact that every part she had in Star Trek involved her wearing her own body weight in face makeup.
Right. Nobody even knows what she looks like.
Yeah.
But she definitely smokes 2 packs a day. I mean, that voice. Oh boy.
Yeah, definitely is kind of late Carrie Fisher-y voice.
Speaking of college professors, I also had a college professor with a voice like hers. It was like 4 packs a day.
I had a high school teacher whose voice was like that, but hers was like that from yelling.
Oh,
She yelled all the time.
yeah. I had, we've all had teachers like that. Just grumpy, frustrated, counting the days till their retirement.
Yeah.
Ah,
He-
you just listened to a message of peace and togetherness, and and you're just already starting to kill each other. Like, oh,
he is
Yeah.
Klingon.
what?
It overheated. They got to turn it off for a little
I've
while.
never heard of that, though.
Wi-Fi stopped working.
You'll notice Crusher just walks in, throws her jacket on the chair.
And Sexy lays on his couch. Yeah.
Cleopatra style here.
If he weren't dead. Okay. He said it fell on deaf ears. I'm sorry. There is a Starfleet researcher who would be crapping their pants over the fact that they found out that most of the high civilization races in the galaxy or in the universe are related to each other. You know? God, that must be hot in that thing.
How do you breathe with that high neckline, sir? But this is actually a pretty touching moment. It's like, hey, I didn't want to say this in front of that Cardassian bitch, but actually, I kind of down with this idea. Maybe in another life, maybe someday.
It's got like a crazy Mothman thing in the background there.
Maybe someday some giant, unforeseen, immovable object of an enemy will force us to join up in an alliance together. And we'll feel better about that alliance because of moments like these.
Don't bite it. Don't bite it.
This is the mint flavored one.
It's not actually chocolate, Picard.
The scratch and sniff.
Don't do it. No.
Star Trek. For more Ship on Fire entertainment, please visit us on Facebook at Ship on Fire and Twitter at Ship on Fire, ENT. The ENT means entertainment.